Pocatello is the county seat and largest city of Bannock County, with a small portion on the Fort Hall Indian Reservation in neighboring Powell County, in the southeastern part of the U.S. state of Idaho. It is the principal city of the Pocatello metropolitan area, which encompasses all of Bannock County. As of the 2010 census, the population of Pocatello was 54,255. Pocatello is the fifth largest city in the state, just behind Idaho Falls. In 2007, Pocatello was ranked 20th on Forbes' list of best small places for business and careers. Pocatello is the home of Idaho State University and the manufacturing facility of ON Semiconductor. The city is at an elevation of 4,462 feet above sea level and is served by the Pocatello Regional Airport. Geography. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 32.38 square miles, of which 32.22 square miles is land and 0.16 square miles is water. Climate Pocatello experiences a semi-arid climate, with winters that are moderately long and cold, and hot, dry summers. Demographics 2010 census as of the census of 2010, there were 54,255 people, 20,832 households, and 13,253 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,683.9 inhabitants per square mile. There were 22,404 housing units at an average density of 695.3 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 90.5% white, 1.0% African American, 1.7% Native American, 1.6% Asian, 0.2% Pacific Islander, 2.3% from other races, and 2.8% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race was 7.2% of the population. There were 20,832 households, of which 33.6% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 47.2% were married couples living together, 11.3% had a female householder with no husband present, 5.2% had a male householder with no wife present, and 36.4% were non-families. 27.5% of all households were made up of individuals and 8.2% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.53 and the average family size was 3.10. The median age in the city was 30.2 years. 25.8% of residents were under the age of 18. 14.5% were between the ages of 18 and 24. 27.4% were from 25 to 44. 21.8% were from 45 to 64. And 10.7% were 65 years of age or older. The gender makeup of the city was 49.9% male and 50.1% female. 2000 census as of the census of 2000, there were 51,466 people, 19,334 households, and 12,973 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,822.5 people per square mile. There were 20,627 housing units at an average density of 730.4 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 92.32% white, 0.72% African American, 1.35% Native American, 1.15% Asian, 0.20% Pacific Islander, 2.18% from other races, and 2.09% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 4.94% of the population. The top 5 ethnic groups in Pocatello are English (21%), German (16%), Irish (9%), Danish (4%) and Swedish (4%). There were 19,334 households, out of which 34.5% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 52.6% were married couples living together, 10.5% had a female householder with no husband present, and 32.9% were non-families. 25.0% of all households were made up of individuals and 7.8% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.58 and the average family size was 3.10. In the city the population was spread out with 26.6% under the age of 18, 16.7% from 18 to 24, 27.4% from 25 to 44, 18.9% from 45 to 64 and 10.4% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 29 years. For every 100 females there were 96.9 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 93.3 males. The median income for a household in the city was $34,326, and the median income for a family was $41,884. Males had a median income of $33,984 versus $22,962 for females. The per capita income for the city was $17,425. About 10.7% of families and 15.4% of the population were below the poverty line, including 16.9% of those under age 18 and 7.8% of those age 65 or over. Religion equals, the religious affiliation is as follows: 75.4% Mormon, 9.1% Catholic, 16.5% other. History: founded as an important stop on the first railroad in Idaho during the Gold Rush, the city later became an important center for agriculture. It is located along the Port River where it emerges from the mountains onto the Snake River Plain, along the route of the Oregon Trail. The city is named after Chief Pocatello of the Shoshone tribe, who granted the right-of-way for the railroad across the Fort Hall Indian Reservation. Ironically, Chief Pocatello did not use the name but preferred to be called Tonzamisha, a Shoshone word meaning buffalo robe. The chief's daughter, Jeanette Lewis, believed the name Pocatello had no meaning. The section of the city along the Port River was inhabited by the Shoshone and Bannock peoples for several centuries before the arrival of Europeans in the early 19th century. In 1834, Nathaniel Jarvis Wyeth, a U.S. fur trader, established Fort Hall as a trading post north of the present location of the city. The post was later acquired by the Hudson's Bay Company and became an important stop on the Oregon Trail, a branch of which descended the Port Neuf through the present-day location of the city. A replica of the Fort Hall trading post is now operated as a museum in southern Pocatello. The discovery of gold in Idaho in 1860 brought the first large wave of U.S. settlers to the region. The Port Neuf Valley became an important conduit for the transportation of goods and freight. In 1877, railroad magnate Jay Gould of the Union Pacific Railroad acquired and extended the Utah and Northern Railway, which had previously stopped at the Utah border, into Idaho through the Port Neuf Canyon. Pocatello Junction, as it was first called, was founded as a stop along this route during the Gold Rush. After the Gold Rush subsided, the region began to attract ranchers and farmers. By 1882, the first residences and commercial development appeared in Pocatello. In 1948, the mayor of Pocatello, George Phillips, passed an ordinance making it illegal not to smile in Pocatello. The Smile Ordinance was passed tongue-in-cheek as a result of an exceptionally severe winter, which had dampened the spirit of city employees and citizens alike. Unintentionally, the ordinance was never repealed. On December 10, 1987, Pocatello was declared by the mayor the U.S. Smile Capital. An event called Smile Days is held annually in Pocatello, including a smile contest, and arrests of non-smilers. Pocatello absorbed nearby Alameda in 1962 and briefly became the largest city in the state, ahead of Boise. Pocatello was the second largest city in the state until the late 1990s, when rapid growth in the Treasure Valley of southwestern Idaho placed Nampa and Meridian ahead of Idaho Falls and Pocatello, which are now the state's fourth and fifth largest cities, respectively. Government and infrastructure: Idaho Department of Correction operates the Pocatello Women's Correctional Center in Pocatello. The United States Postal Service operates the Pocatello, Bannock, and Gateway Station post offices. Education. Idaho State University is a public university operated by the state of Idaho. Originally an auxiliary campus of the University of Idaho and then a state college, it became the second university in the state in 1963. The ISU campus is in Pocatello, with outreach programs in Kirtland, Idaho Falls, Boise, and Twin Falls. The university's crown jewel is the 123,000-square-foot L.E. and Thelma E. Stevens Performing Arts Center, which occupies a prominent location overlooking Pocatello and the lower Portneuf River Valley. The center's three venues provide state-of-the-art performance space, including the Joseph C. and Cheryl H. Jensen Grand Concert Hall. Idaho State's athletics teams compete in the Big Sky Conference. The football and basketball teams play in Holt Arena. Pocatello is a part of the Pocatello-Chubbuck School District. The district has three public high schools, Pocatello High School, Highland High School, and Century High School. Feeding the high schools are 4 public middle schools, 13 public elementary schools, 2 public charter schools, and various alternative and church-based private schools and academies. Economy. Top employers equals, according to Pocatello's 2011 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, the top employers in the city are transportation, commercial air services available via Pocatello Regional Airport. Sports, Pocatello is home to Holt Arena, a multi-purpose indoor stadium which opened in 1970 on the ISU campus. Known as the Minidome until 1988, Holt Arena was the home of the Real Dairy Bowl, a junior college football bowl game. Holt Arena also plays host to the Simplot Games, the nation's largest indoor high school track and field meet. The Pocatello Marathon and Half Marathon are held annually. It was recently rated as the #1 marathon in Idaho by VacationHimmerRentals.com. Times from the course may be used to qualify for the Boston and New York marathons. Outdoor sports, both winter and summer, play an important role in the culture of Pocatello. Pebble Creek, Idaho is a ski resort located just south of Pocatello and offers world-class skiing and snowboarding. Notable people, Neil L. Anderson, raised in Pocatello, member of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Richard G. Scott, born in Pocatello, member of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Comedian and actress Billy Bird, known for films such as Home Alone and 16 Candles, was born in Pocatello, where she maintained family ties. Danish-born photographer Benedict Rensted lived in Pocatello from 1895 to 1912, where she recorded the growth of the town and took many photographs of the Native American inhabitants of the area. Merrill Hodge, currently an analyst for ESPN, was born in Pocatello and played football at Highland High School as well as Idaho State University. He spent 8 seasons in the NFL as a running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Chicago Bears. Gloria Dixon, actress, John P. Evans, Mayor of Pocatello, Idaho Athletic Hall of Fame, Charles Benjamin Ross, Mayor of Pocatello and 15th Governor of Idaho, Dirk Koetter, offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, Brian Johnson, NFL football player for the Washington Redskins and Chicago Bears from 2000 to 2006, Wendy J. Olson, United States Attorney for the District of Idaho, Shay Carl, American vlogger. He was one of the original founders of Maker Studios, which was sold to Walt Disney Company in 2014. Don Aylert, entrepreneur and cleaning guru, Jack Williams, Boston News anchor, Taysom Hill, BYU quarterback, Greg Byrne, University of Arizona Wildcats athletics director. Sister cities, Iwa Missoula, Hokkaido Japan, Kuala Mingul, Burkina Faso, Ali Sabaye, Djibouti. Television, The Great Food Truck Race Season 4, Episode 3, Potatoes in Pocatello. Pocatello, Idaho is the location of Episode 3 Food Truck Race Challenge. Much of the city is shown, as well as the local foot traffic. Notes. External links. City of Pocatello.